Y'all want to play games? We'll pull out goddamn tapes where Africans tell you straight up that they are not your goddamn brother. They'll tell you straight up that you all different from us. They'll tell you straight up that when y'all left here, we was taught exactly who y'all are. So y'all want to play? Come in our fucking field and play. Let's go. You're already in your fucking backyard. Now we're going to take the door of your fucking home open. Yeah, man. Let's go. Fuck that. This ain't wrestling. This is all right to the most high by your house shop, man. All the wrong nigga to have up here, man. Fuck that shit.
Oh, yeah. Hear that, Israel? Yeah, get him, Hashar. Hold on, let's see if we can get that one more time. Hold on, Israel. That was some good stuff. Hold on. Look at this clown. Sarah Sugar Sweetener, like Judah Naz says. Look at this clown. This little butt pirate homie. Yeah, whatever, nigga. Whatever, nigga. Yeah. Get him. Get him.
Straight up that you all different from us. They'll tell you straight up that when y'all left here, we was taught exactly who y'all are.
Yeah, Hashar.
Come in our fucking field and play. Let's go. You're already in your fucking backyard. Now we're gonna take the door of your fucking home open. Yeah, man. Let's go. Fuck that. This ain't wrestling. This is all right to the most high by your house shop, man. All the wrong nigga to have up here, man. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. We already in your backyard. Gonna kick your fucking door open, son. Shalom, Israel. Shalom. It's your boy Kodash. You know what it is. Back at it again. Decided to switch it up this time, man. Try to hit up some YouTube. Seen too much bullshit on here, man. I had to expose some of that, man. You just saw your boy Hashar. Kemet on trial. The final showdown on Sunday, the 8th. These idiots, these Commission motherfuckers, good old Osiris dick worshipping boys, trying to come against the Torah, trying to come against the Most High, and they're gonna get shut down, man. I mean, guaranteed, they're gonna, probably make the camps look like a bunch of fools with their little Christ idol worship and stuff, man. But all in all, they're gonna get smashed out as well, man. So it's a win-win for us, Torah Knights, Israel. It's a win-win. You saw your boy Hashar, man. Them some fiery words, man. That brother, maybe, I hope he's not Masonically controlled, man. Judah Naz had some stuff up on him when all the boys, him and Sakari and a couple other brothers, man, were doing some Masonic hand symbols, man, with their eyes cast down. So I'm hoping them brothers are sincere, and I hope they were just I don't know, man. I hope some just fuckery was going around and it's not serious, but. Either way, man, those are powerful words from Hashar. Brothers in that fiery spirit. We all need that, man. We all need that. So I just wanted to get on here. I just want to throw that little clip out, man. Pretty sure everybody knows what's going down. This CIA Jesuit setup debate. Hebrew camps versus Shaka and the Commission fools. So, yeah, man, it's going down. It's going down good. Wanted to talk a little bit about some fuckery. Since we're on Sidenetter TV and all, Shaka Ahmose has a new video out. Homogender Relations in the Bible, Part 1. I know it's kind of hard to see, Israel. Sorry, I'm gangbang ghetto style. Filming a tablet off of a tablet. Got the computer behind it too. Been having a lot of trouble. Tried recording the past couple days. Every time I went to go record, some funky shit went down. I don't know what's going on, man. My computer just will not even load up Google or YouTube. Both of them are shut down for me. I can go to Bing. I can go to other websites and stuff, but straight Google and straight YouTube just will not work for me. So borrowed my brother Yowanathan's little tablet here, man. I'm just doing a ghetto style, but you know what? Don't even matter. Doesn't even matter. You know why? Because it's sad that a poor ass Hebrew that lives in the motherfucking Southwest can destroy y'all motherfuckers with a couple of tablets. How sad is that shit, man? But anyways, want to expose some things from this Shaka video. See, now Shaka, I'll give him credit, man. He did a really good job at the beginning, destroying the New Testament, man. He had some really good sources, some really good info, legit shit, man. I'll give him credit for that. Sorry, Ezra. But when it comes to this, see, and then this guy's a hypocrite, man. Because I don't know if y'all watched this video or not, but in the video, this brother has the nerve to say that he's just attacking the so-called Catholic Hebrews, man. You know, the New Testament fools. Hold on, Israel. It's giving me a little bit of trouble. Let me see if I can reload the page. But anyways, giving me some issue. This brother, Shaka, well, not even a brother, man. This dude's just a straight demon, straight rebel. But Shaka said in the video that he was only attacking the Catholic Hebrews, like I said. But here we go. We got it working. But yeah, man, he didn't stick to his word. He pulled some good old coward shit and started attacking the Torah. But it's funny because, like I said, even though he gave good references when it came to destroying the New Testament, this good old boy did the most pseudo research I've ever seen in my life to try to take on the Torah, and made himself look like a goddamn idiot. But I want to get the intro of this video. This is disgusting, man. Israel has to see this. Listen to this.
Give me 1 second.
Let me see if I can get that back.
Hey, yo, who was the last Hebrew Israelite you greeted with a kiss?
This is Tazariak.
Give me 1 second. I was in
ISUPK.
I was in Philly. 1 second, I'm gonna answer your question. We buried a brother. This past Thursday. Thursday. So y'all do be kissing each other then? So hold on. So y'all be kissing each other? I'm asking.
God damn.
Hold on. So my question is this, because y'all talk so much shit. Right? All this homo shit you'll talk. So now, what I'm finding out is that it's a ritual and a biblical custom for you Hebrew Israelite males to kiss one another when greeting each other, yes? Alright, let's get back into it, man. Let's go.
Look at this, man. This is just a joke to them fools. First they call up, man. First these clowns call up Tazariak, man. This is supposed to be Shaka giving a presentation to Sinetter. They call up Tazariak, man. I don't even know if he's aware of what was going on. I highly doubt it. And they played him, man. They played him. They trapped him. Shaka trapped him straight up. Watch the video, man. He's straight playing games with him, man. Yeah, it does say some pretty faggoty shit in the New Testament, man. Excuse my language, but but you know, even the Hebrews say they don't kiss each other, man. They even say it's a spiritual thing. And you know what? Tazariak even tried saying that it's a spiritual thing in the New Testament, man. Try to explain himself, and Shaka wouldn't let him, man. He just took the whole, he admitted he kissed men, so I'm gonna run with it and just make a fucking fool out of him, man. He's playing games. Even Sinetter tried to correct him on it. Even Sinetter told him, you know, Shaka, that ain't right. That ain't right that you're doing it. You're playing games. That ain't right. Let him defend himself. Let him explain himself. And Shaka wouldn't, man. Spent the whole time laughing, talking shit. They even called Polite up, man. Shaka even calls Polite up just to talk shit. He's like, yeah, I got him to admit it. What the fuck? Man, how long been planning that, man? You just trying to catch Tazariak up? Just trying to make him look like a fool? Because you idiots don't have shit? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's a bunch of nonsense. But anyway, Israel, like I said, while he was going through the New Testament, he had some good stuff. But then look at this bullshit when it comes to the Torah, all right? He starts attacking the Torah, starts attacking Samuel and Saul, saying they're homosexual.
First opportunity to
starts attacking David and Jonathan, you know, that all the bullshit. So anyways, the line translations, he first then Shaka says that he's just going to attack the King James version of the Bible. That's what he said. He's like, it's just a fucked up translation. King James was a homo, blah, blah, blah. It's just a translation, man. It's just a translation. But then this dude had the nerve to go and try to break open the Hebrew and try to catch us up on that. Nonsense, man. You're going to try to come against Hebrews with Hebrew. Get the fuck out of here, man. What kind of nonsense is that? But anyways, look at, I know it's kind of hard to see on here, but he got his info from religiousTolerance.org. religionstolerance.org. That's where he got his info from, man. That's where this is where it's all from, man. You can watch the whole video. He quotes mainly from this source when attacking the Torah. Nonsense, man. No scholarly type work, man. Nah, he went to some bullshit website that's all set up by the New Age movement, man. All Theosophical Society. All that website does is just run their mouths about the Torah, man. Talking shit about the Bible, about scripts. I don't even like using the term Bible anymore, man. It's too broad, and it includes the New Testament, and I ain't having that shit. So it's Torah. But anyway, look at this guy, man. Look at this nonsense.
And his second was with the younger daughter, Michal. Michael. Oh, Michael. Yeah, the younger daughter's name is Michael. See it? Michael. So David didn't want him.
See, look at that, man. They're so desperate that they have to attack our females' names. They have to attack. It's not Michael, first off, because you're freaking retard. But anyways, man, look at doesn't understand the Hebrew at all. Shows his complete lack of knowledge of how our words work and how we name, the custom of naming our people. Total nonsense, man. Far-reaching, playing off some stupid little website, man. What the hell kind of shit is that? That's no honor, man. That's no... This dude's a fucking clown, man. But you know what? I got something for that. You know, let's put this aside for a second. I got something for that. He wants to play games. Well, then let's play some games, Israel. You want to get websites? Well, let's get websites, man. I tried to stay super scholarly, man. I tried to stay in books, you know, because once this internet shit goes down, you ain't going to have this. You're going to be able to Google up some bullshit website to talk shit about the Torah anymore, man. You ain't going to be able to Google up everything real quick anymore. So it's all about books, in my opinion. And that's where I come from. That's all my videos. Yeah, maybe boring, maybe all that, blah, blah, blah. You know, people be talking a lot of shit. But I bring facts, man. Irrefutable facts. No one's been able to debunk it so far. No one's been able to do anything. All they do is talk shit about me. And I'm going to touch on that in a minute, too. I got some shit to say today. But anyways, we're hitting it up. Look, EgyptianOrigins.org. Alright? Because I know Shaka thinks he's smooth just because of that little website that he had was a .org and not a .com, which is just fucking stupid. But you know what? You want to play the .org game? Well, we could play the .org game. Let's see. EgyptianOrigins.com. EgyptOrigins.org. Mesopotamian influence in the Nile Valley. Introduction. In these discussions, I do not use the term Mesopotamian in reference merely to Samaria, but to the surrounding watersheds of the Tigris and Euphrates River. He says, basins and those lands that had access to the Persian Gulf, including the regions of the Zagros Mountains. Because of the archaeological excavations, we know far more about Susa, the capital of the ancient kingdom of Elam, which is, you know, Persia today. The ancient capital of Elam, Susa, which is mentioned in the scriptures, than we do of the surrounding territories. Therefore, many of the influences coming into pre-dynastic Egypt are identified in those terms by archaeologists. Susa was located at the foot of the Zagros Mountains near the bank of the Karkekur, or the Koaspis River, in the Khuzestan region in Iran. So, what this is saying is that Egypt, over here, influences coming into pre-dynastic Egypt. So they're saying Mesopotamia influenced Egypt. Let's get some more. Sorry if the websites and the computer gives me a lot of trouble, man. Like I said, I've been having a hell of a time getting recorded lately. I think some funky shit, man. I think people be messing with my shit, but that's another subject. Let's get some more from the Encyclopedia Britannica. The area that is now Khuzestan was settled about 6000 BC by a people with affinities to the Sumerians, who came from the Zagros Mountains region. urban centers appeared were nearly contemporaneously with the first cities in Mesopotamia in the 4th millennium, which is, around the creation of Adam. Khuzestin came to constitute of the heart of the Elamite kingdom, with Susa as its capital, beginning with the reign of the legendary Emnabaragesi, about 2700 BC, who, according to a cuneiform inscription, quote, despoiled the weapons of the land of Elam, unquote. Sumerian, Akkadian, which is Hebrew, Babylonian, Kassite, Neo-Babylonian, and Assyrian invasions periodically crossed Khuzestin in response to Elamite involvement in Babylonian politics. So Elam, the Persians have always been involved in Babylon. That's why you can see the influence in Persia and in India, the Hindus and all that stuff. That's why they say that that's one of the first civilizations as well, is because that's where it all started, man. It all started in Sumeria, the Zagros Mountains. In the followers of Horus, studies dedicated to Michael Allen Hoffman, Oxbow Books, Oxford, 1992, several papers were presented reviewing the early history of the Nile Valley. H.S. Smith summarized evidence showing cultural relationships between the Mesopotamian regions and the Upper Nile Valley. See The Making of Egypt, a review of the influence of Susa and Sumer on Upper Egypt and Lower Nubia in the 4th millennium BC. So, you got your boys from Oxford talking about how Mesopotamia and Susa and Sumer influenced Upper Egypt and Lower Nubia in the 4th millennium BC. Your Egypt shit comes from Sumeria, man. From Susa and Sumeria. Come on now. Refer to the remarks previous papers about the origins of the early people of the Nile Valley. Alright, let's see. Let's get a little more. I think there's a couple more. Sorry, Zero. This computer's been wigging out, man. Can't stand it. But, here we go. Here we go. I think this is the last. This is what I want to get. Here we go. The relevant material. I'm going to start right here. Relevant material from Upper Egypt and Lower Nubia is extremely well known and compromises the paintings on the walls of Tomb 100 at Hierakonpolis. Hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I mispronounced it. The scenes in relief decorating ivory and gold-covered knife handles, slate palettes, stone mace heads, and incense burners, and a gold mace handle. Good illustrations of most of these are to be found in Osselberg's 1961, abbreviated ACB, to which I principally refer. The size, finish, and decorative character of these artifacts indicates that they were ceremonial and or dedicatory objects, and it's because they were the mystery school objects. Not primarily intended for practical use. Williams and Logan in 1987 have recently convincingly reconfirmed that the scenes decorating the majority of them belong to a cycle of real themes central to the kingship mythology of Pharaonic Egypt. So it has to do with the pharaohs, man. The pharaoh stuff is just the high priest, man. The one of the main people of the mystery religions. Of royalty, this is much clearer whether or not one agrees with the detailed interpretations. So interpretations are up for grab. People come up with a bunch of stuff, but we know what it is. We know it's mystery schools. The relevant material from Susiana and Sumer consists almost entirely of scenes preserved on cylinder seals or impressions from them. These are collected in the authoritative work Amiet 1980, upon which I have relied for the provenance dating, illustration, and discussion of the seals and the designs upon them. A selection of the most relevant seals has been reproduced from Amiet's work, abbreviated AGMA, for the reader's convenience. These small, much-used seals were clearly objects of a practical character, very different from the Egyptian ceremonial artifacts. However, a significant proportion of these scenes engraved upon them represent divine hero or ruler figures engaged in hunting or dominating animals, which is the hunter, the mighty hunter, Nimrod the mighty hunter. It says, or great animals attacking lesser beasts, a procession embarks or on foot or on foot towards temple facades or other ritual scenes. Of these two hero figures, Gilgamesh is doubtless the semi-divine prototype. The scenes therefore belong to that same liminal area between divine and human activity to which the Egyptian royal circle belongs. So see, it's the same thing, man. That's the Epic of Gilgamesh and the Egyptian royal circle. All this stuff is connected. And we are therefore, in my view, justified in making comparisons. The seal and seal impressions utilized from Susa and its Iranian hinterland, see map 3, belong principally to the pre-archaic and archaic Susa phases. Those from Sumer principally to Ubaid, Jemdet, Nasir, and pre-dynastic phases. The material is then earlier in origin than that of Egypt. Sumer, pre-dynastic phases. The material from these Sumerian pre-dynastic phases is earlier in origin than that from Egypt. And on this basis of current comparative chronology, where later seals or impressions have been quoted, the purpose is to clarify more fully an early design. The parallels have nearly all been pointed out previously, not only by Petrie, but by Frankfurt, 1939, Cantor, 1965, and Boehmer, 1974, and Amiot, 1980, and many other writers. The existence of the parallels is accepted, man. You can't deny it. You guys try to spin it and say Egypt gave it to them, but it's the reverse, man. All these boys, all these fools, your .orgs, are telling you that it all came before, man. It is accepted. But the interpretation of them varies. So the interpretation, like I said, varies. The purpose of this essay is to argue that the similarities are too strong to be attributable to likeness in cultural situation or to trade. So it's not because they traded, and it's not because of their cultural situation. That being implicit in the structure of the hero-ruler mythology of each region, they indicate important cultural interplay, and that in this interplay, Sumer and especially Susa must be inferred to have priority. Sumer and Susa, Iraq and Iran, have the priority over Egypt. Smith means that the origin of the motives came out of Mesopotamia, not Egypt, and that the people of the Nile Valley used the conceptual constructs through cross-cultural interchange or carried them in migrations to new geographical regions. Right there. There's your shit. Migrations to new geographical regions. Yeah, because they migrated. The Egyptians migrated from Sumer and Susa after the Tower of Babel, and they went into Ethiopia and migrated up into Egypt, man. This is where all your influence all comes from Ethiopia, man. The Sumerians were Ethiopians. What are you going to do about this, man? That's .org. Since you love .org, man, I was coming scholarly, man. I was coming with books and shit. But if you want to play the .org game, dude, I got all day. I'll smash you up all day. Got nothing. You could go back and research all this, man. Go ahead. Take notes. You got it, Shaka. I'm pretty sure you could read and write, maybe. Got it. Alright. See what else we could get. Alright, now we're coming to AfricaResource.com. Africa Resource, this is an African site. Rasta Livewire. Black Kushites of Sumer and Akkad by Clyde Winters, PhD. Hey, Shaka, is that what you said in your one of your videos, man? I don't fuck with nobody that ain't got a PhD, man. PhD. Oh yeah? Well, there's your PhD right there, tough guy. See what this PhD has to say. Controversy surrounding the Kushite African black origins of the Elamites, Sumerians, Akkadians, and Assyrians is simple and yet complicated. It involves both the racism exhibited toward the African slaves in the Western Hemisphere, which are Hebrews, and the Africans generally, which led to the idea that Africans had no history. So, these Africans just in general, because these Africans are a bunch of nasty, butt-ass naked, disc-lipping, having motherfuckers, man. Bunch of perverts sucking on cow titty and shit. And the need of Julius Oppert to make Semites white to accommodate the ancestry of European Jews. So this Julius Oppert, he's the one, he had a need to make the Shemites white to accommodate European Jews. To understand the dichotomy, we have to look at the history and scholarship surrounding the rise of Sumero-Akkadian studies. The study of the Sumerians, Akkadians, Assyrians, and Elamites began with the decipherment of the cuneiform script by Henry Rawlinson. Henry Rawlinson was a Christian, man. That's what you guys depend on, these epics of Gilgamesh and these tablets, these cuneiform tablets, to try to debunk the Torah. Well, you guys are fucking idiots, because your boy that translated them was Henry Rawlinson. He was a Christian, and he translated them to prove the scriptures. You freaking retards. This motherfucker was proving the scriptures with that shit, and you guys try to, man, get the fuck out of here. Henry Rawlinson had spent most of his career in the Orient. This appears to have given him an open mind in regards to history. He recognized the ancient model of history, the idea that civilization was founded by the Kushite or Hamitic people of the Bible. So yeah, civilization was the Hamitics, but it was the Kushites. Ethiopians, fool, not Egyptians. You guys stole it. You guys stole it from your brothers. As a result, Rawlinson was surprised during his research to discover that the founders of the Mesopotamian civilization were of Kushite origin. He had made it clear that the Shemitic speaker, which goes with scripture, Nimrod, he made it clear that the Shemitic speakers of Akkad, we were Shemites, man. We were Hebrews. The Akkadians were Hebrews, just like Judah Naz brought out the writings of Helena Blavatsky, and she was saying the same shit. Shemitic speakers of Akkad. And the non-Shemitic speakers of Sumer. So see, they were Hamitic, man. They were speaking Ham in Sumer. We were speaking Shemite in Akkad. They were both black or Negro people. So see, it's black and Negro. Well, we were all black, but it was Negro, so-called Negro, which is the Hebrews, and the other blacks, which are the Hamites, who called themselves Sagiga, blackheads. So they called themselves the blackheads. In Rawlinson's day, the Sumerian people were recognized as Akkadian or Chaldean, while the Semitic-speaking blacks were called Assyrians. So see, back in his day, they had it mixed up. They tried to mix you up. But now we know the truth. Rawlinson identified these Akkadians as Turanian or Scythic people, but he made it clear that these ancient Scythic or Turanian-speaking people were Kushites or blacks. And see, Rawlinson was off, but this boy knows what's up. He told you what's up. But Rawlinson was off trying to throw you off, saying that they were Kushites, but we know they were Shemites. Let's get some more. A latecomer to the study of the Sumerians and Akkadians was Julius Oppert. Oppert was a German born of Jewish parents, so he was an Amalekite. He made it clear that the Chaldean and Akkadian people spoke different languages. He noted that the original founders of the Mesopotamian civilization called themselves Kiangai, land of the true lords. It was the Semitic speakers who called themselves Akkadians. So see, we called ourselves Akkadians, supposedly. But they called themselves the true lords, land of the true lords, the Baals, land of the Baals, right? Because Baal, Lord just means Baal. We know what's up. Assyrians called the Kiangai people Sumeritu, the sacred language. Oppert popularized the Assyrian name Sumer for the original founders of the civilization. Thus we have today the Akkadians and the Sumerians of ancient Mesopotamia, the Hebrews and the Kushites. I don't see Egypt nowhere. Oppert began to popularize the idea that the Sumerians were related to the contemporary Altaic and Turanian-speaking peoples, e.g. Turks and Magyar, or Hungarian-speaking people. He made it clear that the Akkadians were Shemites like himself. To support this idea, Oppert pointed out that typological features between Sumerian and Altaic languages existed. This feature was agglutination. But now see this guy, because remember, Oppert was spinning it. We read what the boy that's actually the PhD that's writing this. He told us that Oppert lied on this to try to spin it to help the European Jews. So he's like, oh yeah, they're Turks, man. They're Turks and Hungarians. Yeah? But that's nonsense. And he says, oh, the Akkadians were Shemites like us, man. Nah, man. We were the actual Shemites. Y'all motherfuckers are Amalekites. We're the Hebrews. You guys weren't even in existence yet. Esau wasn't even in existence at this time. The Hungarians. Nah, that's a bunch of bullshit. They weren't even, none of this is around, man. See, you could tell when it's bullshit. Let's see. The problem with identifying the Sumerians as descendants from contemporary Turanian speakers resulted from the fact that Sumerian and the Turkish languages are not genetically related, see? As a result, Oppert began to criticize the works of Hincks, who was dead at the time, in relation to the identification of the Sumerian people as Turanian following the research of Rawlinson. So this dude waited till the real researcher was dead, and then started running his mouth. Okay, it says, Oppert knew Rawlinson had used African language to decipher cuneiform writings, but he did not compare the Sumerian to African languages, probably due to the fact that he knew they were related given to Rawlinson's early research. It is strange to some observers that Oppert never criticized Rawlinson, who had proposed the Turanian origin of the Qianjai, or the Sumerians. But this was not strange at all. Oppert did not attack Rawlinson, who was still alive at the time, because he knew that Rawlinson said the Sumerians were the original Scythic and Turanian people who he called Kushites. Moreover, Rawlinson made it clear that both the Akkadians and the Sumerians were black. For Oppert to have debated this issue with Rawlinson, who deciphered the cuneiform script, would have meant that he would have had to accept the fact that the Shemites were black. Woo! Can't be doing that. There was no way Oppert would have wanted to acknowledge this African heritage, given the anti-Semitism experienced by Jews living in Europe. And that's bullshit. I'm going to come out and say it right now. The Holocaust was a motherfucking sham. Sorry, people get hurt. You may fucking not believe me or whatever the hell, but you know what? I've researched the hell out of it. I have the documentation. I have I even have documentary footage, man. I got everything. I got proof up the butt that yes, there were concentration camps, but no, they were not gassing Jews. No, there was not 6 million dead. No, all that shit's bullshit. Yes, they had, us Hebrews in the camps too. Yes, they treated us bad, but not them. They had their own, they had brothels, they had newspapers, they had their own money, they had soccer leagues. Don't even get me started on that shit. Anyways, keep going. Remember, PhD, Shaka, PhD. Throw some D's on that bitch. Although Oppert successfully hid the recognition that the Akkadians and the Sumerians both referred to themselves as Sagiga, or blackheads, some researchers were unable to follow the status quo and ignore this reality. Ooh, ignorant motherfuckers. For example, Francois Lenormand made it clear following the research of Rawlinson that the Elamite and Sumerians spoke genetically related languages. This idea was hard to reconcile with the depiction of people on the monuments of Iran, especially the Behistun monument, which depicted Negroes with curly hair and beards. Ooh, sounds like us. Representing the Assyrians, Jews, and Elamites who ruled the area. Oh, ooh, you know what? I got a picture of that. You know what? Let's go back to that other website. Mesopotamia Influence. Remember your other .org. Let's see. Oh. Woo! Look at that dark skin. Look at that curly hair, man. Look at that beard. That's Elamite, man. The following is an enamel inlay from a wall excavated at Susa, or Elam, or Persia, although from a later period one can see the similarity of the beard and head style that is found on the Gabel el Arak knife. So yes, this is a little later on, but, we still look the same. What you gonna do? Stank Mainer, son. Y'all a bunch of Uncle Ruckuses. It's bullshit. Okay, here we go. As a result, Oppert began the myth that the Sumerian languages was isolated from the other languages spoken in the world, although it shared typological features with the Altaic languages. Oh man, these are a bunch of liars. Oppert taught Akkadian Sumerian in many of the leading universities in France and Germany. Many of his students soon began to dominate the academy. or held chairs in Sumerian and Akkadian studies, these researchers continued to perpetuate the myth that the Elamite and Sumerian languages were not related. The myth, the myth, the myth. All languages are related. Here we go. There was no way to keep from researchers who read the original Sumerian, Akkadian, and Assyrian texts that these people recognized that they were ethnically blacks. This fact was made clear by Albert Terrien de la Copiere. Born in France, de la Copiere was a well-known linguist and China expert. Although native of France, most of his writings are in English. In the journal he published called the Babylonian and Oriental Record, he outlined many aspects of ancient history. In these pages, he made it clear that the Sumerians and Akkadians, even the Assyrians, who called themselves Salmat Kakadai, black-headed people, were all blacks of Kushite origin. Even though de la Copiere taught at the University of London, the prestige of Oppert and the fact that the main centers of the Sumero-Akkadian studies in France and Germany were founded by Oppert and or his students led to researchers ignoring the evidence that the Sumerians and Akkadians and Assyrians were black. They try to spin it that we were all Kushite, but we weren't. We know what's up. In summary, the cuneiform evidence makes it clear that the Sumerians, Akkadians, and Assyrians recognized themselves as Negroes, blackheads. This fact was supported by the statues of Gudea, the Akkadians and Assyrians, plus the Behistun, whatever how you want to pronounce it, monument made it clear that the Elamites were also blacks. Woo! Man, do we need, I don't even think. Oh, that's it. Yep. Yeah, you guys are done. You guys are done. Oh, wait, let's get one more little thing. One more little thing. The textual evidence may also make it clear that Oppert began to the discussion of a typological relationship between Sumerian and Turkic languages. He also manufactured the idea that the Shemites of Mesopotamia and Iran, the Assyrians and Akkadians, were whites like himself. Due to this brainwashing, that's brainwashing, man, and whitening out of blacks in history, many people today can look at depictions of Assyrians, Achaemenians, and Akkadians and fail to see the Negro origin of these people. Y'all are brainwashed, man. Y'all are whitewashed. Well, the rest of you fools. But Shaka, what are you gonna do about this, man? We Akkadians. This is Sumer Akkadian. I didn't see Egypt. Not once. Not once. Again, Black Kushites of Sumer and Akkad by Clyde Winters, Ph.D. Get the fuck out of here. What you gonna do, boy? See, this is what you guys are really about. This is why you guys don't bring none of that stuff out. It's because this is what you guys are about. You guys are Masons. Look at that. Look at his eyes all bugged out. That boy all bugged out. Masons. 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 All of you. Every last one of you. Bunch of punks, man. That's why you guys never bring anything out. You guys are a bunch of Egyptian Masons. You guys don't want to help our people, man. You guys just want to spread freaking lies. Look. Write this Antiquas Egyptus. Look at that. Got the Ouroboros on the top. Illuminati. You know what it is. The Mason Magician. Look at that. It's your boys. Nonsense. Look at that. Manly P. Hall, Freemasonry of the Ancient Egyptians. You know what it is, man. You see my videos, man. Go watch them. Egypt is dead. Egypt is dead. Y'all bunch of Masons. Mystery schools, man. Y'all bunch of freaking clowns. You just jacked it from Nimrod. You jacked it from the Kushites. And you spinning it. And you spinning it like if it's yours. Then why are your boys all up on this? Don't tell me Egyptians influenced Masons. All bullshit, man. Yeah, they worship you motherfuckers because the goddamn white man is the Egyptian. You guys aren't Egyptians. The damn real Egyptians haven't even been that land since we freaking left, man. Ever since the Exodus, y'all been conquered. Got conquered by the Kushites, then got conquered by the Libyans, then you got conquered by the Babylonians, then you got conquered by, or the Assyrians, then the Babylonians, then you got conquered by the Elamites, the Persians, then you got conquered by the Greeks, then you got conquered by the Romans, then you got conquered by the Muslims, then you got conquered by the Crusades. Like, man, what do you... There ain't even no more Egyptians left, man. Nonsense. And look, for all you stupid idiots trying to say, oh, the bunch of Moorish science assholes running around saying, oh, well, our masonry is above all the masonry, man. The European, we have 9 degrees, and the European added the rest, or whatever the hell. I don't fucking bunch of nonsense, man. You know what? It doesn't even matter. You know why? Because there's universal masonry now, man. You guys are under an umbrella. Look at this. Oh, would you look at that? BibleBelievers.org. That's a .org. Shaka? Legit enough? This article is an excerpt from En Route to Global Occupation by Gary H. Kah, published by Huntington House. This important book deserves a place in your library. So this is actually from a book.